Cole Palmer has been a subject of discussion recently, from going from the last 19 games scoring 12 goals and 9 assists, looking like he's going to even eclipse the stats he had last season, to actually coming into the second half of the season and actually scoring just 2 goals and having 2 assists. A huge drop off from Cole Palmer's output. So what has really happened to Cole Palmer? Now, when we look at these statistics, we can see that Cole Palmer still leads when it comes to chance creation in the Premier League, meaning that his overall assist output cannot be pegged on his decline in numbers, mainly can be pegged on the quality of attackers that he plays with. But the question is his individual goals, where we have seen Cole Palmer even missing one-on-one chances. Now let's go back to last season, where he was working under Mauricio Pochettino, who had huge praise for Cole Palmer. Actually, it can even be debated that Cole Palmer was one of the players who made Chelsea finish even 6th at the Premier League table under Pochettino, who regarded him as Angel Di Maria, a huge compliment from an Argentine. But Cole Palmer, we are going to try and scrutinize his statistics for last season and this season and try to understand what has really happened to this star boy in making. Now, when you look at this, there's one thing that you notice. The level of carries have dropped. The level of dribbles has also dropped. And you can see even his ability to make those progressive carries. You know, you can only make progressive carries when you have enough space in the game. Now let's look at another structure with regards to Cole Palmer's overall statistics. And what you notice again is the level of individual, the dribbles, the progressive carries, the pinpoint passes have all reduced this season. And why is it so? Has Cole Palmer's form just gone away, or has the environment in which Cole Palmer actually operates in changed? And if the environment has changed, then that has to be questioned from the manager Enzo Maresca. Now, Enzo Maresca is a manager from Pep Guardiola's positional play football ideology, a system of football that is strict with the position of players and maximizing control over games. Before we even start our analysis, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Now, there's one thing I want to see you to notice in Cole Palmer's goals last season. Now, I'm just going to give you like some few seconds to see. Look at all these goals. What do you notice about these goals? What do you immediately notice about these Cole Palmer goals? First thing you notice is that he has space. The second thing you notice is that the defense is not in an organized fashion. The next thing you notice is that Cole Palmer is attacking the defense when the defense is actually running backwards, meaning that Cole Palmer is attacking the defense when the defense is in a transition phase. Now, this is an element of chaos. And this element of chaos is what made Cole Palmer thrive, because he could automatically pick out defenses because defenses were not quite well organized to deal with Cole Palmer. Now, what has changed? Because under Mauricio Pochettino, Chelsea were this kind of football. Back and forth football. Front forward football. Transition football. But under Enzo Maresca has changed Chelsea. And this might actually be the reason why Cole Palmer has changed. Now, we know Maresca has introduced positional play, controlled possession football, heavily relying upon building from the back with short, intricate passes and an organized attacking structure. Now, in this kind of element, it is a good form of football because it's a football that Guardiola has also succeeded in with. Now, as good and as reliable this system is, Maresca wants what we call maximum control. And what Maresca does not want is the chaotic back and forth football that we saw. And Maresca actually said this: the faster the ball goes forward, the faster it comes back. And it's something that from Pep Guardiola's school of play. And that's why Pep Guardiola, being one of Maresca's key role models, football is played in a controlled fashion with strong short passes. Now, how does these strong short passes help? These strong short passes enable the team to be in perfect position where they can easily counter press and win the ball. Now, one thing you've noticed about Chelsea recently is that the level of goals has declined, as well as the level of goals against Chelsea have declined. Chelsea last season conceded 68 goals. Chelsea this season have conceded only 40 goals, and you have not seen games where Chelsea has conceded many goals. Like last season, Chelsea conceded 5 goals against Arsenal. Now look at this structure. In this structure, Maresca has 2 holding midfielders and a back 3 looking to sieve and protect Chelsea. He has as many as 5 players in between in the central regions of the game, meaning that the team is in a good and perfect position to counter press. And look at Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer now is working against a structured, organized defense. He's not working against a transition kind of defense. And this is limiting Cole Palmer's overall progression of the ball. You can see here, looking at Maresca's overall ball creation strategy, you can see that Chelsea are building up with short, intricate passes. 2 holding midfielders in Lavia and Caicedo playing deeper. And you can see in the initial phases of the game, in the first half of the season, opponents were looking to press Chelsea similarly, but Chelsea became so perfect. Now, in this situation, Lavia and Caicedo would draw midfielders high up, and Palmer and Fernandes would overload those half-space regions. And that's why if the pass is played here to Cole Palmer, he's now receiving the ball with a lot of time and space. But that has changed for Chelsea, in that now Chelsea are not facing teams that are pressing them aggressively high like they were facing in the initial phases of the season. And now you can see here, Chelsea are facing a 4-4 structure, and the deeper midfielder is now looking to cover Cole Palmer, and Fernandes is receiving the ball and is also being covered. And this is because teams have adapted in a way in which they look to press Chelsea. Teams are now sitting deeper, teams are now looking organized, and now Palmer is dealing with defenses that are no longer in a transition phase. Like this one here, Palmer is dealing with a defense that is well organized in a 4-4-2 structure, in a very concrete structure that is actually forcing Chelsea to play the ball for backwards and sideways. And you can even see in the organized structure. Now, this is how Maresca wants his team to play. Maresca wants the team to play against a structured defensive unit. Why? Because he knows that in these structured 4-4-2 units, he can position his players in regions where they can attack as well as defend at the same time, because the spaces in which they have to run when they are looking to defend will have reduced. Now, this is costing Chelsea's one of the best players in the league, Cole Palmer, because Cole Palmer heavily relies upon transitional football. And Cole Palmer's heavily reliance on transitional football will create problems for Maresca, who will want to try and strike a balance of creating chaos and maintaining control in games. The question is, can Cole Palmer adapt his game? That is the question. And the question goes again, will Cole Palmer manage to change his overall gaming strategy so that he can be able to meet Maresca and Chelsea's output? It's a matter of time for us to actually sit down, observe, and see if there will be significant change with the way Cole Palmer plays. At the moment, it seems like the structured approach that Maresca is using is taking away the element that made Cole Palmer unpredictable, dangerous, and actually one of the best players in the Premier League. Do you agree with me in this analysis? Leave your comments in the comment section area below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.